Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last part, we did some tracking and met some survivors. Survivors then got themselves killed. And now we have this Eula's here, who is taking us to his commander. So that doesn't sound ominous. That'll be fine, right? Are you and the children ready? I'll explain the route once we are outside your camp. You intend to follow us? We will judge it as an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. Alright, well... let's... find them first off. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill, then follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know, and Alize, and he's Alphino, and last but not least, there's Arya. Arya, where have I heard that before? No matter, Alphino and Alize will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. Wasn't lying about there being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter, run, towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. Once you choose this part, Euless will accompany you. Alphino and Alize will then begin moving towards the destination. Make your way to the Liminal Station 4 without falling behind. If you leave Euless behind for any reason or lose sight of Alphino and Alize, you may try again by returning to the starting point. Ready to make a dash for the station? Alright, so yes, here we go again. I was preoccupied, unable to interact, so yes. It is gonna just be run for it. I think you can mount now. They didn't say anything about mounting, just no fighting. But I always have my weapons on. I'm a monk. Like, this must be the road he mentioned. Yep. If you follow this, it should lead to the station. By the way, you can't slash follow. It sucks. Oh, shit, I didn't see what Alphino said. Said something. Basically complaining about the lack of slash follow. Better not draw attention. Well, I'm sorry I coughed. You'll have to forgive me. That's the station, I presume? Oh, Jotun. I'm gonna move so my cursor's not pumping Alize there. Alright. Oh, make me do that. This is it. The first stop, that is. Good. Looks like you're afraid to do better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. Alright. Not north of the station is the Regia Domorum, one of the main residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. They'll tear us to shreds if given the chance, so keep close. No wandering off. Understood? The last bastion. From here, we'll be heading northeast, keeping to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, going past the hordes unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They will attack their own countrymen. They spare their own, but slaughter the rest without hesitation. Though we'll try to avoid detection, the chances of sneaking by completely unknowns are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you are to fight them off. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they will be foolish enough to stab their guy in the back, I would not take that chance. With that said, let's proceed. So, thankfully, they are not actually escorting here. I'm just gonna let go. game would go like. Huzzah! Glory to Garlemald. Alright. We're doing the single target. It's only 2. You know how I am about my rule of 3. I suppose we can, you know... Oh, come on! Stunning me? Really? That's not very nice. I see where your comrades chose you. Euless, our contingent has a cure for the afflicted, or tempered as we call them. Your people would need to be taken into custody, that we may administer the treatment, but they will eventually regain their sanity. Is that so? For all I know, your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They are beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. We're just trying to reason. He's like, nope, not listening. So avoid this Yotan and hope it's on this side of the train. Looks like it is. Cool. Alright. Oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna manage to not mess up Blitz? What is this? Where's Rini and what have I done with her? There we are with that stun thing again. Seriously? Just because you have a shield doesn't mean you shield bash me. Looks like we're not being followed. We will continue onward. And are we gonna do this again? After I avoid this ice trap here. Okay, no, they've already beat them. I mean, meant what I said. These people deserve only death. I stayed my hand before only out of a desire to remain undiscovered, and that isn't still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. And they really mean it when they say follow the railway. On that note, there's a hunt spawn point somewhere up there. There's another hunt spawn point further up. Gonna be right there. Hello, we have a B rank Emperor's Rose. Either compass? 438 west. Okay, cool. So they say follow it. I guess we're not following. We're gonna, you know, go off the beaten path and fight these kind of messed up tempered Imperials. Okay, sure. We'll go with that. Sure. Why do they have tentacles, though? That's the important question right now. I'd rather have the shields back. A little less creepy. Look at what they have become. Would you still stand there and claim that they can be cured? Those exposed to a vast quantity of a primal ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it! Now that you have seen these monstrosities for yourself, perhaps you'll think twice before speaking of a cure. No, you are gonna make me kind of walk that way, aren't you? But we're right on top of the aetherite! Right? No. Yes, actually, we kind of are. Yeah, they are actually gonna make me go this way. They're jerks. We're almost there. You have kept your side of the agreement, so I will keep mine. This way. Alright. And hello. If I can speak with you, that would be a great start. This is Tertium, one of Garlemald's largest stations. It now serves as our map group. Now serves as our headquarters. I've already seen the twins ahead. I'll be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. 5 northwest. We'll worry about that in a little bit here. It's plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. They could have done a lot worse, even so I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed, and if Euless was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices. While you may be here as my guest, the others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive. Over there. Alright, well, I saw one important thing that we're gonna interact with before we go into the locomotive. Also, there's a Vista over there. Aetheryte is not responding. Of course it's not. Alright, so Vista. Oh yeah, I forgot that was one of the updates they did. They made it so it pops up. Tertium is the third station along the rail network, which serves the imperial capital of Garlemald. Equipped as a dispatch yard with generators and other facilities, it was taken over and fortified by the remnants of the First Legion following the city's fall into ruination. They would do that and make me have more stuff to read, wouldn't they? I just, like, completely missed.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Vankina, Legatus of the First Legion.
The First? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this. and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment. But there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock. Stop. Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
Even on the coldest, blackest of nights, meager though it may be, we must share the warmth of our fire.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
Personae non gratis. As per Lord Quintus's instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in Tertium. Before you ask, no, I don't have a key or any other means to remove your collars. Nor would I tell you if I did. And if you try anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. So you truly intend to speak with the others, or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I will be watching. If I catch one of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats, or in the like, those shock collars will be the least of your worries. Understood. Though we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest building up and learning what we can of their situation, and above all else, don't use magics of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. Do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alphinaud and Alizé will pay the price. Come on. I am, like, failing at how to use a keyword right now. I'm trying to pull up my inventory here. Alright. So let's speak with apparently 5 people. Maybe. Speak with 5 people. You came with Euless, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you'd best keep your hands off that aetherite. It's the Ekbit, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Garleans, for Garleans. Could teleport all over them in the blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the aetherite's power to keep this place lit, though that comes at the cost of its normal function. Ah, that would be the story plot reason why we can't use the aetherite, I guess. It's you, Arya Aryana. I served under Lord Gaius in the 4th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorian fell. You and your adventurers, you killed them. My comrades, my friends. Sometimes I've been there dozens, as though they were nothing to you. And maybe I am too. Just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be long until our countrymen return, until you get what you deserve. Mark my words. Long time to hold a grudge. Soldier is on the verge of losing consciousness. I know who you are, the so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. By the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear I'll... Ugh. Damn, towards sutures. All the times. The words a lot within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for that third bleeding us, we'd be at the end of you. Vergilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus's life, but we made our escape. Took shelter in the mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back. And then night fell. We gathered around the radio, and the roar, the terrible roar. Capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you'd call this mercy. Mine attacked, but body broken. Soldier in name alone. Cut you down where you stand if I could. Murderer. I feel very, very loved. This radio is the same as the one used at Victor Spoils. Perhaps it's what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. Well, this guy literally just said they gathered around the radio. Did you learn anything of note? Then your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. Sick and injured are at great risk. Are at the greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there is precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Alright. Let's head down here to Flavius. It hurts. Yeah. Yeah, you've got a cat. Oh, cat left. Who's there? My eyes. I can't see all that well. Thank you. The numbness has subsided a little, but I know it won't last much longer. She'll go over the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. Aww. So, those you met fear no better. I was afraid you would say that. I know you were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we may gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies? Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Euless can persuade them, though we need to persuade Euless first. Yeah. Only went well. Well, see enough. Euless, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families kept rather. Some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work, and we have a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is the greatest concern, though. We had some cerulean set aside until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees or one of the afflicted for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's cerulean we need, our contingent is secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Everything will change. Those mysterious countrymen of yours, I assume. Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you could do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in those bastards' words, a loyal servant to Lafaroy. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, or what stands in its place. We identify the seat of the enemy's power, we realize. Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion, saying as much and instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions to prepare for a combined assault on the Lafaroy. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word, and we will bring you ceruleum. I will speak with Lord Quintus. So, did he agree to it? No, he will not place Garlemald in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Very well. After all, many hands make light work. You lather more trouble than you're worth. Once we are outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. His park materials. We will begin our search for ceruleum in Regio Urbanissima. The first location is Forum Solius, a park to the northwest of this station. You remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Except me, I'm kind of just free to go. Leave if I really wanted to. Because, you know, they can't exactly bound me here. Very difficult to bind me here. What? Oh, come on. Don't make me have to jump. You're gonna make me have to jump. Fine. But literally as I go to hit the current thing, it comes into view. Fine, we'll talk to him. Alize, apparently. So, this is the park. I'm surprised I found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. The houses were later built around them. A healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. The park was named after the founding father of the empire, the great Solus Zos Galbus. Do we come to extract ceruleum from the wrecked Magitech armor? No, we've already drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the Machina in the vicinity. As our ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. And while I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time in case something has been overlooked. See, and with your permission, we will commence the search. Alright, let us... Let's see one of these lower areas. I remember having something. Specifically the shop counter, because, you know, maybe they're selling it. Though rather small by Garland standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant stall. Perhaps it was built for children to play at shopkeeper. There is nothing inside resembling Magitech or any other devices that would be fueled by ceruleum. Alright. 2 reasons to come up here, see? See? I should... That's why I waited. Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Solis. The pond, children's play areas. To your knowledge, however, none would require the use of ceruleum. Alright, that's that ether current. To the west more. Cool. We're not gonna wreckage because apparently, even though it's like, oh yeah, I already searched it, we're gonna search it again. Cat. A cursory inspection of the wrecked magic armor confirms that the field casters have long since been drained of ceruleum, as Yula said. Alright. What's that? I think it's that Alphino. Yeah. Pond? Water? No. Yes, that makes sense. The slide is gonna have something. That makes perfect sense, right? Forum Solis. It was in this square that Emperor Solus inspected his troops before embarking upon his second campaign into the Far East. The Imperial agents were ultimately successful in their subjugation of the Kingdom of Dalmasca, and officials celebrated the grand victory by transforming the parade ground into a commemorative public park. Yeah. We conquered people! Let's have a park. That's basically what that's saying. Gun option is built in the style of Imperial Warlock and are armed with a battery of weapons and capable of transferring to a different configuration. So upon closer inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. Yes, if you read the inspection thing, it literally said that in the first place. Like, come on. Oh, it's you. Any luck? There's no sign of any ceruleum. Hardly surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. Can't help but noticing you gazing at the pond. Is something the matter? Oh, yes, I mean, no, I'm... just... I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. Pond was heated to stop it from freezing over, so like all the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. They'll stay up there if I didn't drag them out. They'll be slopping wet when all was said and done. Every time. Every time when we got home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death walking around like that. The pond was heated. With a cerulean power heater, by chance? I suppose it must have been, come to think of it. I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath the hatch. But that was a long time ago, when the water still flowed clear and wasn't this brackish muck. Can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. With the machinery most likely broken, the amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. Waitress still unbearably cold, though. Ulyss, what are your thoughts on magic? Average Guardian would jump out of their skin if they saw it, but the first has a few foreign signiferi and medica, so it doesn't scare me. I take you wouldn't mind if I employ a little now. Alphino, as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? Once it's done, a blast of air fire should do the trick. Leave it to me. Not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. The tank isn't going to fetch itself. It's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed ceruleum from a frozen lake like how the tappers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. But that's insane. So, fancy that. A little friendly competition might make things interesting. Last one to find a ceruleum tank is a rotten egg, though I dare say we'll both smell like rotten eggs when this is over. Alright. At least we're not actually diving in. You dove into the murky water, come up empty-handed. During the insult, the acid wind on your damn clothing chills you to the bone. Chill to the bone. And chill to the bone. It's gonna be the last one, isn't it? Beneath the water, your fingers catch on what you think might be a handle. Open the hatch and retrieve a cerulean tank. However, your grand discovery comes at great personal cost as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and rancid odor emanating from every element of your body. You also will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver to him your prize. Did you find anything? I hope you did. How about this? That's it! There's still some cerulean left. The fire's still not ready. Hold on, I'll give Alphino a hand. Thanks. Call me it will dawn, because by fire I am reborn. Am I closer? Mostly dry now. I appreciate you recovering the cerulean, but I wish you'd taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Despite the way you've been treated in Lord Quintus's eyes, you're still envoys deserving of protection. If you were to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Your concern is duly noted, but all's well that ends well. Euless, you mentioned coming here with younger siblings. Did you grow up in Garlemald? I did, not far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contributions to the Empire awarded an estate. We lived well. Better than many. What was Garlemald like in those days? Everything. It was everything you could imagine, and so much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat and sitting down for a hot meal with family, visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the light in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song, of happiness. And although the summers came and went all too quickly, in that brief respite, the ice would melt and the forgotten grass make its triumphant return. Gray clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings, we climbed to the top of the tallest building we could find to watch the sun rise. Never again. Those rooftops are rubble, those friends dead, and those memories, if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had. Soon, our chance will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. No good deed. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location like to search, just outside the park. Cool. Let's find them, avoid the enemies. As you can see, this place is littered with the remnants of various types of war machina. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those that took a more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time. That time being now. Rather than prise them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to tanks without rupturing them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you stand well clear to avoid being hit by any shrapnel. Before even bothering though, you should check the Machinister rinimt gauge to see if there's anything left. Should still provide an accurate reading even when the unit itself is inactive. Gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use an explosive or not. If you need more, come to me. So you're just gonna give me bombs. Cool. Understood. Let's get to work. Just giving us bombs. Here you go. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and check first. Fuel tank is empty, so we are not gonna do that one. Appears to have been broken, giving you no way to determine how much it I have. So let's go ahead and... No, I'm not trying to discard it. What? Systems are right-click use. There's successfully moving the war mechanism out of case and retrieving this room tank. You find it to be completely empty. So yeah, it's kind of the risk you take if you can't see it. Hold on, what? What is this? Oh, there's an enemy. Okay. I'm like, what? Alright, what do we got? Gauge is broken. Let's go ahead and just blast it. Gonna have to get more volunteer. Find to be completely empty. So let's go ahead and just go get more bombs because, you know, of course they're all empty. Need some more here. Fair amount of explosives for the day. Tomorrow's another story. Can't afford to waste my units with nothing offered. Check the gate first. Yes. That's what I'm doing, except I keep getting broken ones. Because, thanks. Alright. Fuel tank is empty. Appears unbroken. Let's just do it. One of these has to work, right? If you're hitting one mark in this ruling tank to find, it is still half full, or half empty, depending on one's perspective. Either way, you will surely be pleased by your discovery. They had to throw that in there, didn't they? Tank half full, or half empty. Alright. More explosives. Wait, is that what I think it is? Yeah. Done it again. Truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. This time we headed back. Wait here while I go and see how Alize and Alphino are faring. Oh, there's the wait. Waiting. Waiting. Waiting?
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we? Don't react. We'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen. After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news. but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile. It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eulus spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alizé are to stay here, as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Everything will be alright. Have faith.
Get them out of here.
Alphinaud and Alisaie will be fine, providing they do not resist. However, I think that's going to be a good point to call it. So the next part, we will head to the question mark, which you may have spotted. Or not, brief moment I had it up. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoy it, consider supporting the channel. All support really helps to keep being content like this and more. You can find links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!